The four countries leading this blockade of Qatar have announced that they will try to enact further political, legal and economic sanctions on this country. Now, what they could be looking at is lobbying to suspend Qatar's membership in the GCC. However, the Foreign Minister of Qatar says that's unlikely because that can only happen through consensus. And we know that within the GCC, Kuwait and Oman are not on board with this blockade. Kuwait playing the mediator role, Oman staying out of it, as it tends to do with other Middle East crises. But there's also a huge economic impact that could possibly be felt here in Qatar should they further take action. And that's because there are around $18 billion worth of deposits from these GCC nations and Egypt here in Qatari banks, and they're up for renewal in 2 months. So possibly speaking, they could choose not to renew those deposits and pull that $18 billion out of Qatari banks. Now, to offset some of this potential damage, Qatar has announced it will increase output of natural gas by 30%. Natural gas is the big driver of Qatar's economy. Now, the United States is trying, finally, to mitigate some kind of a solution here. We know that the Secretary of Defense, Jim Mattis, spoke with his Qatari counterpart just in the last 24 hours to reiterate the cooperation between Qatar and the United States. The US has a military base here with around 11,000 US troops stationed here in Qatar. And we also know Secretary of State Rex Tillerson will be heading to Kuwait on Monday to talk to Kuwait in the mediator role to somehow find a way out of this crisis.